What inspired you to become a dentist?
So I think that I got my idea of being a dentist relatively later. I was doing my master's in anatomy. The first things that we started out with was the head and neck area. And that kind of just really grabbed me right away just because of how intricate all the details in the head and neck are. And I found that I wanted to work with my hands a lot more than I had initially expected. And that's what really drew me to dentistry, is to be able to work in this area plus work with my hands and just work with individuals a little bit more often on a day-to-day basis rather than just seeing them once in a while.
Where did you complete your dental training?
So I went to dental school in London at Schulich School of Dentistry, and I graduated in 2023.
What areas of dentistry are you most passionate about?
The areas of dentistry that I believe that I'm most passionate about are surgery and, surprisingly, endodontics or root canals. And that's one of the things that I've enjoyed doing the most. I went out east to St. John's for my first year of practicing dentistry, and that's where I got exposed to a lot of endodontics, oral surgery, and that's where I've kind of like made most of my growth in that area, and that's one of the things that I really love doing, or two of the things that I really love doing.
How would you describe your approach to patient care?
I would describe my approach to patient care as kind, gentle, and just wanting to chat with them. I think that's one of the biggest things that I love about dentistry, is being able to sit down with someone, learn their story, and try to build a connection with them. And that's what drives my practice in terms of how I like working with people the most.
What's something patients might be surprised to learn about you?
I think they would be surprised to learn that I am a Penguins fan since I've been in Ontario my whole life. I've grown up in the GTA. I've always grown up around Leafs fans, but for some reason I've always been drawn to the Penguins. Like you can say that I'm a bandwagoner, like I've said before, but it is what it is. I do love seeing the Stanley Cups come to the team that I like to cheer for.
How do you help patients who feel nervous about dental treatment?
I would say that the easiest way for me to work with someone who feels a bit anxious to be in here is not to talk about dentistry at all for the first little bit. So like I said, like I love talking to people, learning about their story, just kind of connect on a more personal manner, and rather than just jump right into dental talk. I've found that helps build trust and helps people feel a little bit more comfortable around me, and that's kind of the approach that I've taken ever since that I started working in the dental field.
What's one piece of dental advice you wish more people followed?
One piece of dental advice I wish more people followed is to come see us every few months for their cleanings.
What do you enjoy doing outside the dental clinic?
So stuff that I like to do outside the dental clinic, I love going to sports games. We've established that I'm a huge sports fan. The one thing that I'm excited for is the Brantford Bulldogs play relatively close to here, so after work you're probably going to find me there on their home games. I love going to different restaurants. I love food. Food's a huge part of my life that I very much enjoy doing. I love going on walks with my girlfriend and her dog. She has two Rottweilers, which they can be a little bit of a handful, but they're a lot of fun to walk with and just play with. I love dogs. They're an animal that are very close to my heart.
If you weren't a dentist, what career would you have pursued?
If I wasn't a dentist, what career would I have pursued? I was actually, when I was applying to undergrad, one of the programs that I applied to was sports management. It was in Laurentian, I believe. I didn't really want to move that far away from home, so I didn't end up going, but that is one of the ones that I really, really did want to do. And if I wasn't a dentist, that's probably something I would probably try to pursue.
What's your favorite local restaurant or go-to lunch spot?
Favorite local restaurants? Well, I'm from Woodstock, so one of my favorite local spots there is it's a little spot called Doughbox. It's got wood-fired pizzas and everything like that, like calzones. They have sandwiches called foldies. I love pizza. Pizza's my favorite food that I can possibly have. I could eat it every single day, all 3 meals. So that is one of my favorite local spots in Woodstock would be that.
What are your proudest moments as a dentist so far?
Honestly, I would say my proudest moments as a dentist would honestly getting individuals that are nervous to be there happy to come back. Like, it's one thing to work with a nervous patient the day of. I think it's a bigger accomplishment when they come back, because that just shows that they have trust in me and everyone else that's around them. So I would say that the first time I had someone come back when I knew they were nervous, that probably would have been my proudest moment.
What is one thing you always try to do during a dental appointment?
Honestly, during a dental appointment, I like talking. So, unfortunately, I do like to chat with my assistant. Like, you'll hear stuff about my weekend, just stuff that I've planned throughout the day or throughout the week. So, that is one of the biggest things that I do like to do during an appointment.
If you could tell every patient one thing, what would it be?
If I could tell every patient one thing, don't be scared of us. We're very friendly here. We don't bite.